Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Me and My Jackets. My name is Chris. Today's video I am doing basically a follow-up on these Scarpa Ribelle Tech 2.0 hiking mountain boots that I purchased. I did a video on these last summer when I first purchased them, to show them to you, to introduce you to them, tell you a little bit about them. And now I'm doing a video about what I've learned about these things and you know, how they've been for me. All right, so basically let me tell you, I have a landscape business. I build koi ponds and waterfalls for a living. I live in my boots, okay? And I usually go through boots like crazy because I'm in mud, I'm in dirt, I'm in water, and I'll rock and everything, and boots don't usually last me very long. Last summer when I bought these, I also bought a pair of the Scarpa Zodiac Plus GTXs, which is a little lighter boot than this. It's a hiking boot. And I wore them all summer long. I wore them from June, July, August, September, October, and into November. And I did a review on those boots in November, and they held up incredibly well. Like, awesome, like the best boots I've ever had as far as wear and tear and comfort, and they've been fantastic. I bought these because they're a little heavier boot. I figured in the winter when it got colder, because the Zodiacs are not insulated, these do have some insulation in them, that I would wear these in the winter. So I started wearing these boots, I want to say around mid-November, all right? I wore them through November, I wore them into December, a little bit in January, but January and February, being that I have a pond business, we close our ponds down for the winter time, so I don't have as much work, so I'm not wearing them quite as much. But I have worn them enough to have a pretty good opinion, and you know, I can tell you some stuff about them. So that's what I'm doing today, all right? First of all, these are kind of a hybrid boot between a hiking boot and a mountain boot, okay? They're a little more rigid, like a mountain boot, but they still do have some flexibility in them, like a hiking boot, all right? They're also extremely lightweight, so they're tremendous for hiking. I have worn these several times hiking when I go out with my camera and I'm doing some wildlife photography and stuff. It's just a little thing I enjoy doing on the side. And I've walked, you know, few miles with these things, you know, every time I go out on my little hikes, and they're awesome. I mean, they're extremely comfortable. It's definitely what they're made for. I have no problem walking in these things over any type of terrain, whether it's grass, it's dirt, it's sandy, there's some, you know, maybe some trees that are falling over that I'm climbing over to get through, whatever. No problem. I'm very confident, very stable on my feet with these things. However, I found that they're not as warm as I thought they would be. They are insulated, but not very heavily, all right? And I've noticed that, again, now this is just me, I've noticed that on days I wore these to work where the temperatures were below freezing, right? It was below 32 degrees, like in the mid-20s Fahrenheit. That after a while I would start to feel a little cold in my feet. Not freezing, it's not like my toes were numb or anything, but I felt some coldness through these boots. So that was one thing I was kind of surprised about. Now, the other thing with that is I'm not wearing big, heavy, you know, merino wool socks or anything. All right, I'm just wearing a normal pair of like gold toe socks. So that might be part of the problem as well, okay? If I wore a heavier pair of socks, it would probably be warmer, all right? But just for an average pair of socks, I felt some coldness through it, you know, when it was in the 20s, all right? Waterproof, they're amazing. all right? No water's getting in these things at all. They're extremely comfortable. Like I said, whether I'm working all day or I'm out on a hike or whatever, they're extremely comfortable boots. I never have any issues with my foot hurting or anything. Really, really great. The one complaint I would say, complaint but not a complaint, about these boots is taking them off and putting them on, all right? They have this sock fit, okay? You can kind of see it's kind of like a big sock sleeve that you slide your feet into. It does not open up, all right? It has laces here in the front that tighten up in front, but this sleeve does not open, okay? It's difficult to put your feet in these things and sometimes getting them out. I unlace, these laces as much as I can to loosen it up as much as I can, because it is a little stretchy, a little flexible here. But the bottom line is you got to fit your whole foot into that little hole. All right? It's not easy. It's not something that you're just, like a normal pair of boots, you can open them up, unlace the whole thing, open it, maybe kneel down on one knee and stick your foot in the other one, okay? You can't do that with these. I literally have to sit down in a chair, right? Hold these things with two hands, get my foot started into it, all right? Then grab these two loops, one on either end, and pull it up, right, and push my foot down into it. It's a little difficult, all right? I mean, it works and you can do it. It's not, rocket science, but it takes a little effort, all right? I've gotten used to it. I know what it is. I know that I can't just kneel down and slip these on and tie them up, okay? I have to literally sit down and use both my hands to pull these things and push my foot down into it. Once your foot is in it, it's really awesome. They're great boots. They're extremely comfortable, right? And really, waterproof. They're awesome, all right? Taking them off as well, all right? You got to pull your whole foot out of that little hole, all right? So it really takes, you got to really leverage and pull it out. You can't just unlace them. Maybe unlace your left shoe, and while standing, take the toe of your right shoe and put it on the heel of your left and just lift your foot out. You can't do that. No way. You have to sit down and literally grab this thing and pull it off your feet. All right? There's been times where I know I'm running out to work. I got a little job to do. It's going to take me 20 minutes, right? And when I decide, I don't want to put these boots on. I don't want to, sit here and put these things on, go to work for a half hour, and then come back and take them off. Honestly, it's a little bit of a pain. But I know if I'm putting these things on in the morning, and I want to wear them all day, and I'm going to take them off at night when I come home from work, that's fine. I have no problem with that. They're good to go, and they're a joy to wear. They really are. It's just, if I'm going on a hike, yeah, I'm going to wear these, okay? And again, it's not a bad thing. I'm not disappointed that I bought these boots. I love these boots. These things are awesome. These are one of the best boots I've ever had. Just be aware of taking them off and putting them on is a little bit of a chore, all right? But I am not upset that I bought these boots. I really, really do like them, and I think they're awesome boots. They really are well made. They're going to last a long time, all right? It's just the issue of putting them on and taking them off. I'm kind of getting used to it. I know what to expect. When I first got them, I struggled a little bit. How am I going to get my foot in here? And then get it out. All right, but otherwise they've been great. Like I said, not quite as warm as I thought that they were going to be. And again, that's not a bad thing. That's just me personally, because maybe I'm not wearing the right socks. Maybe I had different expectations. Okay, But extremely comfortable, extremely well built, just great all around. And like I said, I really like the fact that these are like a hybrid between a hiking boot and a mountain boot. Because while I don't need the rigidness, right, of the hard, durable, rigid sole of a mountain boot in my everyday work, having a little more flexibility but yet a durable boot that can handle just about anything I throw at it is really nice. Okay, so yeah, all right. So that's my Scarpa Ribelle Tech 2.0 boots. Just a review of them and what I've thought about them after having them and wearing them for a few months. And very nice. All right, very cool boots. So thanks for watching. Please check out, I have a new website I'm putting it together called Me and My Jackets, and you can start following me on Instagram and Facebook as well. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff here on this channel. I'm expanding into different companies. We're going to be doing a lot of different jackets and stuff here, as well as continuing to do a ton of Arc'teryx stuff. But thank you for all your support. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again in another video. So take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye.